So, hi everyone, welcome if you're new. My name's Claire. So, healing is weaved in everything that I do, mediumship. Although I don't do mediumship with the loved ones every time I'm on here, they are very much present. And so again, so just if you're new, look out for things I might say or mannerisms. When I'm on camera, you might see me like make gestures with my hands. Like sometimes I've put my hands in the prayer position or something, and it's had some kind of significance. I could go on and on and on about that, so I don't know why I'm saying that, but it will be for a reason for someone. I actually feel I'm going to be saying something quite significant to do with a loved one spirit, so it could be one of the songs that come on. That song that's just ending is that Rise song again. And Beautiful Soul has just come on. It's oh, Rise, Beautiful Soul, that's nice. So again, I really do feel that is to do with the divine masculines that have come through their dark night of soul enough that they're coming out the cave, they're making some sort of contact, or they're at least, maybe you're just sort of feeling that they're coming out of their dark place. So it might not be that you actually, like it might not mean that anything happens here, but I feel for some it really is that. So again, it's people at different places, and of course, if you are the person that's feeling like that, you'll be well aware of that and just take care of yourself. Right, so I was like feeling amazing, like well, not amazing, but compared to what I've been feeling, like God, the past sort of when has it been since? Yeah, I'd really say from like the 28th, 29th kind of thing. My chest infection, all the sort of stuff had fucked off. But I've been around people with colds lately, and I don't know. I was sneezing a wee bit, and I can just feel, that kind of lower energy sort of about. But again, so bloody bloody blah. Wait, everything I'm saying is going to have meaning because I'm channeling, right? So I'm basically what I'm saying is this is like a really, really, and I did say this in the last video. This is a really sensitive part of my chart. So I just I gave the orders to everyone around me. Again, not that I'm a massive extrovert socializer anyway, but even when my mum was like, "Do you want to go a walk at the weekend?" I'm like, "No, no, like I just want to hermit. I want to make sure I've got enough food. I just want to sleep. I want to be in my shell." Do you know what I mean? And today, be in my shell. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Do you know why they've just made me say that? To remind me to do Michelle's cards. I can't even deal with that. That's absolutely hilarious. Um, so what cards will we use? Do you know what? I know it's one card, but I'm guided that I'm going to use these because these have just got like one word or two words on them. And I'm using them because they've got words like send, love yourself, all that kind of stuff. They're my deep ones. I've had them for years since I was a teenager. So actually, yeah, that's the point of me saying that. I've not been coughing for ages. So the fact that the coughing has started as soon as I've started doing this, yeah, it might turn out to have some practical reasons that I've got a cold again. Let's fucking hope not. But I actually do feel it's to do with divine masculines finding their voice. So regardless of gender. What was I going to do? Oh yeah. So and yeah, they want to make sure this again. In any moment we can pause, breathe, and begin again. And it's because so funny. It's because and I was actually drawing another squirrel thing on a picture there. So squirrels may have some sort of different significance for when I use. Being drawn to the wolf picture up there in the wall. I mean, obviously I've got a lot of wolf things around because it's one of my power animals, but it's the wolf full moon. Oh, they must be reminding me of that. I'm just trying to remember to do Michelle's card. I'm going to use another deck with those cards from Michelle's one. I'm going to put that there so that you can see, because I filmed one yesterday. I'm just laughing because it was like, oh well, you just see for yourself. It is amazing. Like I mean, when I observe it for myself, it is amazing. Like that I say something and then the song backs me up, just like the cards do for me, or for anybody else that connects like that way. Um, but it was absolutely hilarious because I was picking up on a lot of sexual energy. Oh my god, yeah, and that one actually came off. That's a song I liked from when I was younger. But again, it was ones like that. Now I'm saying this because I feel, again, like before it happens, there's either going to be songs, like there's not a lot of songs about getting drunk. Like there's literally probably that one, because that's everybody in the club getting tipsy. Like that's the only bit I remember, but because it's so whatever. So it's about getting drunk, right? So there's, and it is the weekend and it is a full moon. So there's some significance there, because when I just closed the curtains and I was looking up at the moon, I was just sort of laughing to myself, thinking, like when we were teenagers, like he wouldn't have been aware of that at all. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, but whenever he used to contact me, it was and I'm saying he, I'm meaning my twin flame, by the way. If you've randomly come across this channel, that's what we chat about. So, if you're wanting to hang around or if you're wanting to make an exit, um, yeah, a lot of the time it was a full moon, because remember, it was always like, because we weren't actually a couple, it was probably when he would feel the pull to just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Do you know what I mean? Because it wasn't kind of like all this feelings and everything. Although there would have been feelings going on for the two of us. Well, there definitely was for me. Oh look, you're very close to achieving your goal. I'm not even using that. I did want to use them, but I don't know where the fuck they are, because I like it to see. Oh wait a minute, I've just looked down and saw them. I like it to see if the card comes out that the moon is on. That the moon's in. Nah, there's only a few of them there. Are they sitting about here? I'll pick up. It's not all of them, but I could pick up some of them. Let's just pick up some of them, and then it's kind of maybe even a wee bit more cool if anything comes out about the Cancer full moon, because it's not even the whole deck. Yeah, I don't know if I'll use them, but I'll put them there. So anyway, the point is, what I'm saying is, with them reminding me that it could be that either you're a divine masculine, getting some Dutch courage, or thinking, you're going out thinking about reaching out to your divine feminine or something, regardless of your gender. Or you've already done that and I'm channeling about something like this. Or maybe it's memories like myself that you could just be like, oh yeah, that is, similar to your dynamic. Yeah, because again, yeah, I would be surprised if I pull a card about something coming out of the blue as well, because because now they're flooding me with memories of, I was at a wedding and I was talking about them, just sort of saying, oh, it's a hook up one now and again, and it's quite exciting because you just don't know when. But yeah, and then the people I was talking to, they're actually married, and it was just, they were just kind of like, God, that's. I was saying, like, I feel he's going to do it tonight, and they were like, well, when was the last time you seen him? And I think I hadn't seen him for like a month or 2 months or something. And but they're like, Claire, but you know what I mean? You sure you want to get your hopes up? How do you know? I was like, no, I'm not getting my hopes up. They're telling me I can feel it. And it's yeah. So there is something in that. There is, because again, I thought, oh, I wonder if today's going to be the day that I don't go into all these wee stories, because it's like more, right. So the collective energy that I've been feeling today, again, so it's in case one comes on, is very sexual energy, very Kundalini energy. So I'm going to check in with these cards to see if the Kundalini activation comes out. But it's like a mixture of strong sacral sexual energy, longing is what I would say. Oh, look, there's that song again, Take Me Home. Yeah, Take Me Home, actually. I suppose that's like, home is your twin, and also this film in Cancer is about home. But it's, and also, if I put that one out, which is maybe why that came on, I done an extra one yesterday, but I got a bit upset on it. Not that that's a big deal. I cry on these, not all the time, but whenever I cry, I just let it flow. But it was just, I think it wasn't really to do with getting upset. It was to do with just, I felt it was one to be released later. There's a few, that like I go into so much kind of deep teaching that they're actually telling me, like, look, you need to hold that back for actually when it's the paid content, because I'm going to get on a roll again with that when I feel, well, basically when I've got full energy back and I feel it's time, because it was like a test run before. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, before I forget to do Michelle's cards, because she's probably watching this thinking she's going to forget to do my cards. I'm not. I'm going to do them now. So yeah, it's a mixture of sexual energy. I would say longing, yearning, all these kind of words. Oh God, and then look, right, see, I fucking love it, right? Just as I was sort of picking up on that in the collective, like the buzzer went, right, and it was basically the woman that delivered the envelope, like where that came, it was like she was really beautiful, right? She looked very Celtic, and she was so familiar, and so familiar that I almost said, I feel like I know you from somewhere. And think about how fucking weird that is. Like, she was a postie, right? But she was chatting, it was really nice, she was Irish. So again, call me crazy, right? But I feel like when things like that happen, which obviously happens to me fairly often, but it just felt like quite special that that's a special thing that I got for us. You know, like again, I've charged it with healing energy for when I'm doing these videos, to help others with what my gift is, which is to bring the divine feminine, divine masculine into union within you, and obviously you and whoever your true twin is. And I got drawn at the time at 11:07 there, and that's actually the time in the UK of when the of when the full moon in Cancer is tonight in the UK. Anyway, I just said the UK, so check wherever you live. Some things are saying like midnight too, so whatever, but I think I've checked enough things that I think it is. I was definitely convinced it was after midnight, so that it would technically be on the 7th, but because I can get really pernickety about things like that, like when it is 100%, you know what I mean. But actually, when I googled it again on the whatever what time is the moon or whatever, which is, I hope, reliable enough, it was saying it was 11:07. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I've got like loads of moon planners and that, and even that one had like 12, so it's a bit annoying. So again, there's confusion. Mercury retrograde. You know what I mean? Just, does it really matter what time the moon's 100%? No, it fucking doesn't, right? Generally, that's what it is. But so there's something about in your life. Where are you being too pernickety? That's what it is, yeah. Because I've been talking to me a lot about attachment styles and stuff, so I'm going to be channeling a lot about that. Because they're saying it's the way that I can help people understand what my service is, help the twin flames with specifically, like why would I need that kind of thing. But it's just it's fascinating me full stop, like just the dots that are connected lately. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so anyway, get used to it. I'm going to be going really slow in this because I am, like I say, very, very sleepy energy for me. Glad it's the weekend. So if you have ordered or you're waiting on one from the people that were in the membership that I was doing videos for, it is coming. Oh, there's Michael Bublé again. I'll never not love you. Yeah, so just know that yeah, anyway, oh God, I went off there. Yeah, so basically that felt really meaningful because I was literally I was getting the downloads about the unions, and then the lovely woman, it doesn't matter who delivered it, but it did make it nicer. She delivered that the ankh there, so which again, if you don't know, is about the masculine and the feminine, coming together like the union. That is why I'm so connected to it, because it is my my life purpose to do that for people, to help people with that process. Anyway, so let's look out for the songs. Be very funny if the sexual ones come on, because again, I've not got loads of songs that are like, I'm just saying, what have I got on there? I've got sexual healing, and they're on there for that purpose, for when they, I mean, I do like that song, but it's like when it, there's ones like Akon, oh, that was hilarious. Akon came on when I was doing one yesterday, Lean Back. I don't know, I think that's particularly dirty, is it? But whatever, you know what I mean? Pony. What's another one? There's more ones that are like, dirty's not the right word, is it? But like, you know what I mean? Kind of racy. There's ones that are kind of sensual. Anyway, we'll just see. But what I'm saying is, I've not got a lot of them on there. So if they come on, that's going to be quite interesting. It's and it is very, I mean, yeah, it's just, I don't know what other people can sense when they're watching it for me, but I know when it's specifically like, well, I know when it's my twin talking to me, basically, is what I'm saying. Do you know, it's not always that with every song, but I know when it is. Or it's him delivering, his higher self delivering the message for me to deliver the message to use, kind of thing. To me, it's weird. Which would be very weird if he's watching this, because they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But no, he wouldn't. Well, it depends what point he's at. That's the bit that's exciting about all of this. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would get on some level. Like, if that was, oh God, I didn't actually mean to be talking down. Oh, do you know what I'm saying? It's like your twin would if they, so say you post this. Oh right, I knew they wanted me to talk about this. Right, so this is because I've been more getting, they're guiding me all the stuff about, because again, I learned all that when I was younger, but it's about the attachment style. So say someone's quite avoidant of the intimacy, whether it's fearful avoidant or dismissive avoidant or whatever, or the disorganized of whatever, all the labels. One thing they would do on social media is post songs, and it is for you. If it's your twin flame, like, or if it's someone they're interested in. And I've always been like that, right? Songs mean something to me. They never not mean nothing. And whenever somebody posts a song or they tell me they like a song or song lyrics, I always know that it means, even if they don't know, because I believe subconsciously it always does mean something, right? Some people would argue different. Oh, I just like the song. There might be the occasional songs where it really, like, there's maybe a few on here that are just a little tune that I just like, you know what I mean? Or like the words aren't particularly me, so okay, there's rare ones, but most of the time, like, look, unstoppable. Someone's feeling unstoppable. Is that divine femininism, their strength and their power, feeling unstoppable no matter what is coming your way, with spiritual warfare, with the with the wondering what is going on with your twin's life, with the whatever, or is that divine masculines rising in their power, feeling unstoppable, going for what they want, whether that's their twin, whether that's different areas of life, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense though. But where was it going? This is, by the way, I'm with where this full moon is in my chart, I'm sleepy, but I'm very spacey. I'm likely to kind of check out a bit more, you know what I mean? Like, to be honest, that's why I'm kind of like, I need to watch that one back again, which is annoying because it's really long, but there was really wow bits in it, but there was like intense bits, and it's just, I mean, it's what it is, but it's trauma, so you're likely to kind of check out a bit or dissociate. Everyone can disassociate, a little bit. Just be, that's why if you feel you need to sleep a lot, sleep. The energy's coming in. We need to integrate the energies. By the way, the rose may be significant to someone out there, or the name rose, because every time I'm using a mug, it's got some kind of meaning. They were definitely telling me. Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah. So, oh God, I'm talking about him again. See, this is because it's memories. It's the memories flood back because it's Mercury retrograde, and because Cancer is about the past. So they're showing you that this could be happening to you out there, whether you're divine feminine, divine masculine. Really, it's happening to both of you because it's Mercury retrograde, and it could drive you nuts basically. And you could be hashtag all the feels. I certainly am. And it doesn't need to be hashtag all the feels as in crying, because that's not where I am right now. But like I always say, be humble. It's just like hashtag all the feels. You could be feeling just really loved up, or just or in that kind of, I don't know, like loved up, but then it's not really loved up when they're not here. Well, I don't know. That's what I mean. I can't put into words. So either you can't put into words, or your twin can't put into words. But yeah, that is what he used to do. And this is what, again, it's one of these things that I really fucking want to know. Like, I know, right? I know that some of them, I'm not being big headed, like they were for me. Like, just trust me. And that's before I was really consciously taking on what was going on with us, right? But it just shows you do know on a subconscious level, and especially because I'm so all about the subconscious and got really powerful placements to tune into that. It was like, and I do remember saying to a couple of my best pals at the time that really got what was going on with me and him. I was like, look, this is going to sound crazy, but he's just posted lyrics to this song. I said, and I've just went and looked at it. I said, and he's talking to me. Do you know what I mean? And she was just like, no, I do get that. And I was like, but I don't think he knows he's talking to me. Like, I was like, but maybe he does. But this is what I mean. When the time is right, I would want to know, because yeah. So if any of those songs come on, it'd be quite. I'll game face it, but it'd be quite funny if any of those songs come on, because there was a few that I could specifically remember. I'm not going to say the songs actually, but I can remember. Oh, there's. I mean, it's not that's more recent, but this is about somebody saying like, take it easy on me. To me, that song's about like, I was growing up. I didn't know what I was doing. I realised the consequences of my actions. Now, wait a minute, let's just stuff. I wasn't going to use these, but let's just. But yeah, and then there was another one he posted, like, and again, think about it, this is great. This is you remember every detail. Oh, there's a card that says this, but it was something mental, like 2 or 3 in the morning, and like he posted a song, and he just wrote something like the way that a song can take your head or something. I can't remember. It was something like that. It was quite deep. I know that that's going to come on. I can feel it, and it's all the words in that song are like all about like getting older and not really doing anything about something. So again, could just be, oh, it was a dance song at the time, I liked it, and that might be what he genuinely thinks, but I don't think so. But that's not the most significant time. There's a few other really significant times which I'm not mentioning, but it's just funny because when I was like researching more about what I keep getting led to about the attachment styles and just piecing it all together for my own journey and for twin flame stuff. And by the way, when I'm saying so, I'm not meaning like I'm actually talking about me as well, like the way that I avoided the pain and the pleasure of, or basically really wanting something, but then actually, because for me it is like that, it's like I really wanted him, but I knew I couldn't have him, so I just didn't want to have any reminders of him anywhere. But then I would talk about him all the time to people I trust. So you mean it is so like, that is a twin flame journey, but it is also like, seriously, it's scary when you like, again, did you know about limerence? Right, limerence is basically when you're more comfortable in a daydream about either something or, wait a minute, yeah, it's something like that. It's when you're more comfortable in a daydream about a person. So, or it could be, a scenario, like, could be another area of life is what I mean, but it's, when we're talking about this, it'd be like you're more comfortable daydreaming about what it could be like, and it's actually very like why I keep referring to Good Will Hunting, because I resonated with, like, again, I can't speak for him, but it's like I resonated for me. Like, I was comfortable fantasizing about the time of when it's going to happen rather than actually making it happen. And again, that's manifestation too. Like, so think about your life. If you're putting out the intention, you're wanting all these things to happen, yes, divine timing, it does have something to do with it, and definitely the twins, right? There's set times where waves of twins, or whatever you want to call it, are meant to come together, right? The balance has to be there, and the lessons have to be learned in each person's life. But you have got to recognise when you've got to take some action as well for what you want to come about, and that's so unique and personal to different people. Divine masculine and divine feminine. Right, okay. I need to do Michelle's card before I forget. What does this one say? I wish I could share my good news with you. Now again, like I always say, I always feel like that feels like pregnancy or something. But it's oh look, our love was lost, but now we found it. Oh yeah, and they're reminding me. Do you know that when I had my headphones in, there's not a lot of things I wouldn't know about this full moon, but I didn't know that this full moon is referred to. I can't remember what you say in that, whatever language it is, but it's about renewed prosperity or renewed relationships, and that's what that song's about. It's the one at the end of No Strings Attached. Our love was lost, but now we found it. Our love was lost and hope was gone. Our love was lost, but now we found it. If you flash your heart, I won't deny it. Which I always think is really cute. Your walls are up, too cold to touch it. Your walls are up, too high to climb. Oh my god, that's so in line with what I'm talking about with attachment. Anyway, it's about really wanting something. Because you want it so much, it hurts. You just go nowhere near it. So it might even be like, you know, if you've ever sort of mentioned, like, take away even twin flames. Twin flames, if you know that your pal still likes something, you mention them and then they get really triggered, it's, you know, there's still feelings there. Like, that can happen with karmics too if you're still getting over them. Like, because I keep saying that, there's a lot of masculines that still need to get over the heartbreak and the fuckery of whatever's happened, because that happens, you know, when you've got different attachment styles that are, you know, you need somebody there all the time, or it was very based on a lot of drama and addiction and lust and karma. It can take a while to get over them as well, but not if you're friends with a shaman. You know what I mean? Not if you know a shaman, you can go to a healer and or you know somebody that's a shaman, hypnotherapist, counsellor. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're struggling with that, guys or girls out there, come and get help. And there's lots of you out there to be like, yep, she did help me turn around my addiction to whatever, or habit, or get away from people that I was trying to get divorced from and they weren't giving me the divorce, and then we do the journey and boom, there we go. So I don't feel that's about that today though. I feel it's about somebody's came in some kind of opportunity, or feels about money, which is quite interesting. Let's see if another card is going to back that up. Emperor in reverse. Yeah, it's like I feel somebody's been working hard for something, right? So this is either you or your twin, I would imagine, but just be open-minded, it could be about something. Like, it isn't usually though. And it's like I'm seeing this as somebody's like had their ego knocked down a peg or two, because you know the emperor, this can be divine masculine, but I'm more seeing it as like someone's come out of the ego in the way that they needed to. And they've been working on something that they want to share, but not right now, because it's like, do you know what I'm getting? I'm sure I've seen a synchronicity about this. I feel somebody's had came into a lot of money, or some kind of good, really amazing things happened, and they're confused as to why they don't feel happier about it, because they thought that was going to solve all their problems. But it's because they've got the money, but they've not got the girl, is what I just heard. They've not got the girl they want. Right. I'll just pull one more card for that, and then we'll do Michelle's, because I'm in danger of forgetting. Tell me more about that. Yeah, it is like slowly working towards an offer. And I always feel like that's like someone's divine feminine, like they want to tell their Queen of Wands about this new beginning, but it's not time. I think something Mercury retrograde slowing things down. Yeah, look, and this, I remember watching something about like prosperity. Oh yeah, no shit, that's what I started saying. Prosperity, like when you do a Mandela with the tarot cards and all that, right? And I remember it was the person was describing this as like that, looks like that could be like the stairway to the infinite source, you know, like that's where this guy's money's coming from. So that's quite funny, because that wouldn't have, you know, I wouldn't have seen that card like that until I saw someone's insight. That's what I love about stuff like this, like the different things that people can see. And you know, even it just depends what day it is for me, because depending on my fucking what's going on in my head, sometimes I'm like, I can't even fucking remember what that card means. Because those of you that have followed me for a long time, it is a weird one. With the tarot, I've always had loads of like I've got like I'm being drawn to the what's that called again? The sacred divine feminine tarot over there, but I rarely use it because it's so hard to work out what the cards are, and then I have to, you know what I mean? It's just, but I will at some point. But what I'm saying is, Oracle was always my go-to. So it does take me a minute sometimes to tune in. Right. But not with my brain, you see. It's like, I just feel it like, that's why it's like, really it doesn't matter, because I remember before I really got in, now where was it? It was, I think it must have been another medium, like, so this would be well over 10 years ago or something. She was doing a reading with tarot, and she got me, she just was like, what do you think that means? And I said what I felt it meant. Oh, actually, I think that that was actually about my. That's quite funny. That was actually about my twin flame. But it was like I told her before she told me, and then she read something wrong actually, or it was what was meant to happen at that time for where I was at in my life, and I was like, I feel it means this, and then time actually did show that it was like about a year later that what I'd said was actually, yeah, it did override what she said. So, but sometimes it's, you're meant to be told something to kind of trigger you, to test you, to see if you're going to take, if you're going to, so it's not the person. That's very important. You should know that. Somebody must need to do it. You don't make it about the person delivering the message, although you should always be discerning who you go to anyone for help with. You should be able to trust them. It's yeah, because if someone's a pure channel like what I am, it's like I'm just delivering God's message. I'm delivering what your guides. I'm delivering, but it's like I always say, if your granny had bad advice, grannies don't tend to have bad advice, do they? But some will. But yeah, if your granny or your auntie Sally or whatever had bad advice when she was alive, her advice is still going to be bad in spirit. You know what I mean? It's, what I mean by that is, you might not have got on with your auntie when she was alive and now she's your guide, or you might not have got on with your mum and now you do now, right? But I do still, they can still come through with things like it's to test you to see if it resonates. You don't just blindly go with an alive person's life or dead advice or dead people, you know what I mean? Cool down, simmer, simmer, simmer. That's about sex. Well, it doesn't need to be about sex, but it's about someone coming on strong. I think it's kind of like hot and cold. Well, I don't know. You listen to it and see what you mean, but see what you think. Right, okay, let's do it, for fuck's sake. Let's do Michelle's cards, because this is taking ages. It's quite funny though, because when I'm doing it, sometimes I'm like, was I just having a wee chat? Like, this is what I mean. This is why I'm falling so into his energy more and more, and it's so annoying. But it's good. It's good, twin flame, because it means he's falling into his divine feminine. But it's kind of like, I would never think, what the fucking hell did I just say and all of that, right? I would never. I've been doing this for like 8 years online, near enough, right? I'm 6 months shy of this all being for 8 years. But I've been doing it over 10 years, 10, 15, 20 years with some of the stuff that I do. So, and I know it's not me, but it's because I'm in falling into that energy. So it's quite funny. So just bear with me if you're not used to me. But when I watch it back, I'm like, oh no, it will, it will be for someone. Right, let's use these cards. So, what does... Oh, I was going to burn the... See, I mean, I'm all over the fucking place. Like, listen, it's better than nothing. So maybe this is what I mean. That is a message. You're trying to make something... I think it's the person that's came into money or the opportunity. It's like someone's trying to make something perfect. And it's like... Well, I've been wondering where that is, because I've just been using an old shell. There's the old shell. Here's the nice aesthetically pleasing one. Oh, see? And then that means something, because look, I've got... Well, it's actually quite a nice shell, but a shell from the beach. And by the way, can I just say, be careful with these, right? Because remember, that didn't go out. That was hilarious, and I had to actually go and get water to put it out. So make sure you actually stub that out properly if you're ever... Because I usually used to use loose leaves for a few minutes, divine masculine number, to me anyway. And I've just, started using them really, but... Right, anyway, they look good, but it's like, I actually think the other way was a little bit better. It was just different. It was just my way. Anyway, so there's something about that, right? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, or do it your way. Oh, fuck me. Right, so the Michael Bublé songs are coming on rapid again. This happened the other day. Right, so, but this is why I leave that there, because it's like, you know what I mean? And it's obviously just because all his songs are about fucking love and all that, aren't they? But it's because I like Michael Bublé, so that's why I'm like, God. Right. let's do Michelle's message. What does Michelle need to hear? Bear in mind that this message could have meaning for anyone out there. It always does. I see abundance radiating all around me. I now live in limitless love, light, and joy. Right, and the 6 is the Lover's card in Tarot. And this is all about, which is about choices, and as well as the obvious about love. What does Michelle need to know? And then I'm going to pull from another deck. Think about it. Michelle's like, fuck off. I've been thinking about everything and I just want my mind to shut off. So being serious, I really do feel you have been very stuck in your head. And again, primarily leaning towards the divine masculine energy there, which bear in mind, I did just get drawn to a lot of synchronicities about divine masculine. Because this is, if you're new, this is who I'm here to help, right? Divine masculine, women that are predominantly coming from divine masculine energy, and I help them balance into their feminine to receive their masculine. And masculine guys out there, whatever you identify as. But again, I'm obviously going to help feminists too, because I'm a feminine, divine feminine, and with all of my personal experiences and from helping others, but just so that you know that. So I do feel you've been doing a lot of thinking, quite stuck in your head and praying. So yeah. And in both these pictures, the making a wish. So I feel you've been really, communing with God, talking with the divine, asking for some sort of help. And I know that you get met with the magical synchronicities when you do that. And again, hopefully this is one of them. But this person, so I'm seeing this as you, has got their head down in both these pictures. So I do feel you've had a difficult time of late. So I'm sending you lots of love on this full moon. Because remember, this full moon is about trauma, guys. It's very sad. It's very cuddles, cups of tea, keeping cozy, being your family, being in. And if you've not got a lot of family, it's whoever feels like home. I just looked at 37 minutes, so that may be significant to people out there. And I'm laughing because your twin flame feels like home, and my twin flame is 37, right? So, but it's again, so when I'm bringing it back to me, think about the synchronicities for you if you're new. But it's someone very stuck in their head, and when I'm saying someone, because it's going to make sense to more than just Michelle. So again, spirit is hearing what you're putting out there. Now, I wouldn't have thought I would pick this deck for you, Michelle, but this is the one I've just picked up. My kind of love. And I actually feel that's about God. So I do feel that's your twin trying to give you love to help you where you're at. But this, I also feel that's when you'll feel my kind of love, because it almost reminds me of the Lauren, I can't remember her surname, but the Lauren Thingy songs about, which I'm sure when I had one of her songs on a shorts, you really liked it. So I don't know whether you knew the song already or whether you just connected with it. So, but it's like, you are being heard is what I want to say. Yeah, open your heart and set love and boundaries. So you see, this is the Twin Flame Ascension card. So there is something that you're... do you know what I feel it is? It's funny, because I remember you saying something about this the other week. I feel this is about with the people in your space. So I think it was your neighbours or whoever it is. You're being sent real tests about not over-giving, and because you're very kind and loving. And I mean, because I was on a Zoom once with Michelle when the neighbour came to the door, and you were having banter with them, and it's very much like, I'm like that too and all that, but it's just there's something with that. So all divine masculines, listen up, or anyone connecting with this, you're being tested on setting love and boundaries, because Cancer energy is, think about it, if it's trauma, self-love, self-care, all of that, it's mothering. By the way, it's about mother, anything to do with family, soul family, birth. So it can be actual literal things to do with babies and birth. It can be like birthing something new, birthing the new you. So lots of stuff to do with dark night. So it's just about being aware of your needs before others. And staying grounded, but it's in reverse. Oh look, everything is possible, twin flame, but it's in reverse too. So again, it's like this is you balancing your energies. And how funny that, again, because I don't always, that isn't the typical questions that you ask about, but the last time I read for you, I mentioned your twin flame as well. So again, I'm being told you've got to let your twin flame in, because you've got to connect with them in the, the astral and the spiritual before they come about in the physical. Very interesting. Right, okay. So hopefully that meant something to you. Right, and whoever else connected with that. Right, so, and it'll just carry on from that. So what else do we need to know? Let's ask a specific, let's use the same cards and see what comes up here. So, where is the Divine Masculine at? In their heart space, I'm being guided to say. And remember, just because you're Divine Masculine, whatever gender you are, you might not resonate with this. It just might not be for you today. But if you've been led to it, there will be something that you need to hear, I would imagine. Freedom. Well, you see, that's interesting. And that did take me by surprise. So it does mean that somebody going to be connecting with this is feeling a sense of freedom in their heart space. We've got trust and revert. Fucking hell, look at that. Coming home, baby, right, as I pulled freedom. So somebody's bloody masculine's coming home. And this is the full moon about home. So, yeah, not for everyone, but I pulled trust in reverse. So it's just, I think whoever this is trying to just overcome, might be getting into crystals or something, because you're looking at a crystal, trying to overcome doubt, fear, worry, show appreciation in reverse. And there's a tiger. We're still in the year of the tiger. It's the 22nd. We go into the rabbit or whatever it is. Oh God, and then look, in the language that they speak to me, I've just realised that's pretty nuts. So my power animals for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine for me are the wolf and the tiger. And it's the wolf full moon, right? As I've randomly come across this wolf that my sister was going to chuck out. Oh God, and there's probably something in that. She was literally about to bin that. So, right, okay, in the weird way that they're saying this, it's actually the other way around. It's like where the Divine Masculine hadn't shown that appreciation to the Divine Feminine. And so it doesn't mean that they didn't have it, because this is something I come across with everyone, and I feel it's very pertinent is the word that came to me for math situation. They really do have, or your twin has so much appreciation for you, they can't even put into words. And whoever they trust, they could put into words, a lot of words for them. But some might not, and they might keep it totally private. Definitely the deeper feelings. Because the reason why I'm knowing that is because, look, to me that is the Divine Feminine, the tiger. It used to be, it's so weird, it used to be that it was the sign for the masculine for me, but it's not that now. That's the feminine, the wolf, the masculine. And it's, which makes sense with the song at the start, with the Rise song about the masculine rising, but it's like, I feel regardless of gender, so I know that that's a woman angel, but it's like, look, this person's really wanting to show their appreciation to their feminine. On the full moon, acceptance, that's pretty powerful. And it's like God is striking them with lightning to do it. Hopefully not literally. No, it's not literally, but it's like this bolt of light. Oh, it's like the Uranus and Taurus kind of shaking up this. So again, it could be people that have got strong, like North Node and Taurus, where it is now, like value in yourself. I do feel that, where's those cards? I feel it is something about setting, think about carrying on from Michelle, it's like setting love and boundaries with those around them. And coming into this acceptance about where they really want to show appreciation to and who. And it's like signs to comfort. Yeah, read all about it. Look, that song's about, like, I want to scream, I want to shout, I want till the words come out, all that kind of, and looking at their health. You're not alone, self-care, expression. Yeah, this is somebody that's going through the dark night soul, so they're needing to pay attention to their own health before coming along. You're not alone, that's about being in the dark night of soul, before they express that love. So that is for someone out there. Yeah, and then look, self-reflection and crossing that bridge, and then manifest with the hot guys on it. Look, is behind it. So something, and I mean, that makes sense. It will be happening, is it? For the full moon is about manifestation. So you've put in the hard work. And for twins, that would be both people have been putting in the hard work, because there's the counterpart thinking about, like, you know, bringing it about. And then look, that brings a union together. Compassion, that's the understanding for everything that's happened. Being able to look through the situation, you know, release blame, and enjoy the next part of the journey. So, let us know if that was you in the comments, or more likely to be emails. Right. Oh, by the way, talking emails, they probably just made me say that for a reason. If anybody has emailed and I've missed it, sorry about that. It's Mercury retrograde, but and I know I think there was people that maybe did reply to me, like, basically, if it was before Christmas Day, I might have looked into my email, but I'm talking like I haven't actively went to look. I'm very much asleep until mid-January, which is why I'm not going back to the Zooms until the 17th. Unless you really need one, then you can email me, and you know, at clair-everything@gmail.com, and then we'll, you know, you can email the Soul Fam Wolfpack as well. But I'm just respecting my assistant's time there as well, having a wee break. Yeah. Right, okay, what are we going to... Oh yeah, that's why. So with the energy, so that was in the heart space, right? Let's just do this next. So, like, this has got a card about sexual union, sacred union, and I don't know where the rest of the deck is, but we'll see. What can you tell us about that energy that I was feeling, or just anything? Whether it's... that's what I'm talking about. So it's people fantasizing about that kind of, you know, that ain't no kind of, that's not a one night stand or something. That's two people that are deeply connected to each other, getting involved. Yeah, you see, and look, this is the already empowered, enlightened, not in the sense of, oh, we're done, but like somebody that's been well aware of this journey for a long time. It's starting to catch. Oh, that's hot. I was going to say that's pretty hot, but it's pretty hot. It's kind of like catching fire to this guy, you know. So it's like your awareness catching fire. Your twins starting to get it. It's just a little bit, but they are starting to get it. God, we don't need to look at the words. The fucking pictures are telling us all. Look, the energy is balancing. And yeah. Right, what can you tell us about? And when I say, oh look, God, there's enough fucking hell. I'm telling you, this is like hawking in on people's shag unions, Michelle. I say shag union because Michelle called it, and I just can't stop saying it. I need to go back. That is disrespectful to the beautiful balance of it, but it's funny. Yeah. What can you tell us about that energy? So it'll either be what I was picking up on there, or it'll be a different situ. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. Oh, so this one, we're really picking up on the masculines that really, this is what, see what I mean? I'm going to be fascinated when I watch this back, but that's what they've been guiding me to remind myself of the stuff I already know, but which has meaning, because you know, you already know, and you're remembering who you are, or you're remembering the connection because you've been together in past lives, so that has meaning. But it's like, I feel you're going to see a huge shift in the way that the way my soul's evolving and growing with where I'm at on this, that it's not really about like, oh, the guy has to do everything towards the girl, or whatever, you know, or even the masculine. Oh my god, I can't, this is hilarious. Look, sexual, right, as I was asking about the unions. It's about well, it's about trauma. So we've all got trauma. So your trauma, your twins' trauma, which, remember, your trauma's mirror, but you may have done more healing around it than them. Well, actually, one of you definitely will have, basically, is the point. And if you've both done the same amount, it just means you're further on, you know what I mean? But I'm going to shuffle these cards because they've got a lot of things about healing and trauma and stuff. But basically, it's somebody really does have deeper feelings for you than they're letting on to you or to everyone or one another. And I can feel a lot of heat on the bottom of my left foot right now, which would be the yin energy. Yeah, so the feminine energy. So it could be a masculine's feminine energy really overwhelming them. I feel that's what I've picked up actually. Or a feminine's energy, you know, like basically you need to look after yourself on this very feminine full moon. Something like that, right? What do we need to know about the trauma if someone's, or the healing that someone's doing? Because trauma sounds very serious and heavy, doesn't it? I mean, it is, but we've all got it, and when you ignore it, you just put yourself into more pain. So, but everybody's where they got to be. Oh my god. Fucking hell. This is what I mean, guys. When look at take off your mask. Secret admirer and take off your, that's the fucking thumbnail. Now I'm going to move that out of the way now because this is meant to be in the shot. Oh, see, look, and now I'm being pernickety about how things look. So somebody could be very bothered about looking right to you, whether it is aesthetically or being a good person. This, I'm actually describing what somebody with, yeah, the fearful avoidant or anxious avoidant would, you know, would be like. Worried they're going to say the wrong thing. Worried about taking off the mask. It's about, basically, this is what they were saying to me when I woke up. It's about vulnerability and from helping thousands of twins at this point, but also being on the twin flame journey. It's often is the case. Like think about it, right? I am an empowered divine feminine, which obviously I have my own trauma, and which you'll see if I share the other video because some of it came up, and it wasn't actually specifically about my twin. It was about other things that have upset me in my life because. Oh no, what bits of it was? Anyway, it's a wee mishmash of all of it. But basically, I'm very comfortable sharing vulnerably, right? Look, you're the best has just come on. Well, I don't know about that spirit, but I am pretty. But no, it's true. I am actually very raw. You know, like you'd be hard pushed finding somebody that is as raw as me, or another twin flame that's as raw as me, you know, that really just lets you in on it. And that is rare. And it's like a comment, a screenshot is from, well, I found it, and I must have screenshotted it years ago, and I found it in my phone, and it was somebody saying, I love your honesty. It's rare to find that kind of truth these days, which is great because it encourages other divine feminines to be that way, but also encourages other divine masculines, like not just your divine masculine, it encourages other divine masculines, like, and that's why sometimes it can be really like, oh, I can't get enough. That made it sound like it was about you and your twin, which of course is true, but sometimes it's like, this is too intense. And I'm actually talking about like the divine masculines, like some of you guys out there that will connect with me either personally, definitely personally with this example. It can all just be quite, you know, I can think of times that I've had with many of you over the years, people that watch this and people that, you know, probably moved on and doing other stuff. That it's like all the different things, because this is what comes up with your counsellor, you see. So definitely if you've done counselling with me, this will have happened with me and you, and it's always going to be about your stuff, because in that space, that safe space, I am a mirror for what is going on for you as a healer, but also as a counsellor, you know what I mean, all the different things. But what I'm saying is it's like all the things about abandonment, like fear of intimacy, or anything, anger issues, all of that comes up, right? And I'm used to it because this is what my soul came in to do. But that is literally why I went to go and train in specific things to be able to hold it, even, you know, to be able to protect myself and others better. But also, what's the words to that again? You're the best around, nothing's gonna ever keep you down. That's weird because I actually got, look, I was singing the bit I was actually at. Fight till you drop, never stop, can't give up until you reach the top. You're the best in town, listen to that sound. What I'm getting from that is actually, again, to do with the person that wants to be their best, which there's nothing wrong with being your best, but if you're putting so much pressure on to be perfect, and also if you're watching your words, I always say that, like, it's easier for me to say, because again, sometimes it's hard to get into that space, right? Because I have done so much work around that when it comes to speaking my truth about him, thinking about you, that yes, in the moment where I'm faced with the other half of my soul, that will be intense. When we both take the mask off. Yeah, it will, because now I'm stopping and going into a fucking daydream. But it'll be way more intense for him, is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, because this is my area of expertise, and this is why I say all the time, it kind of annoys. It's actually, that's quite intimidating as well. And I've, like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But I mean, I will still be scared. But what I'm saying is, like, vulnerability is my thing. Like, it's literally one of my keywords on the background of my YouTube there. You know what I mean? It's like, it's what I do. And also I've got an awareness of, don't be too much. Like, so, but I've went the other way with that. Like, so when it comes to him, I've just stayed the hell away. Because, do you know what I mean? Because until the last sort of, when I've felt not to. And I would say that would, a big part of that would be this, doing this for a year. Because, well, it is clearly, crystal clearly mapping out that I'm not going anywhere, that you can take your time, and not only to understand the soul's journey, our soul's journey, and helping other people with it. It's like, for instance, right, I'm laughing because I've got loads of decks. I've got quite a few decks coming that I've treated myself to for Christmas. And it's, yeah, they've got the words on it and all that, so it's just quite, it's quite interesting. Like, it's, yeah, I don't even, I can't even, I've not even got the words to, this is what I mean. Someone, either you feel like this or your twin feels like this. Like, there's no, and actually that means something, because it's like, every time it's Cancer Moon, and bear in mind this is a Cancer full moon, the challenge I've done over the past year, every time it's Cancer Moon, I can remember some of them were really intense, right? And it was like, it was what I've just described at the start. It was that kind of longing, yearning, and it, yeah, the Kundalini sexual energy too, but more kind of like just wanting to scoop somebody up and cuddle them. And it very much reminds me of a drawing that I've got in my room. It was a beautiful girl that I'm trying to get. Well, I haven't spoke to her for over a year actually, because it was on Instagram that I connected with her. But she might secretly watch this video, because again, that was a person that really scarily reminded me of my twin, actually. And again, you think, what? But that's a girl. But seriously, like, just the gentle parts of her. And she was very, very fond of me, as I was with her. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. That was someone that's a very talented artist, but just kept being like, oh no, I just do it for myself and that. I'm like, that's amazing. So anyway, hopefully if you're watching, you know who you are. There's the sexual songs coming on again. Did this make me? Can't remember the words, but yeah, it's like, anyway, that picture that I've got in my room, I've got it in my room because she sent me it. So she drew it, right, and then she sent me it, and it is like it's like basically a couple hugging, but it's just really beautiful the way it is. And oh, look, I just got pulled to embrace. Oh, that's funny, because this full moon is about mums, the mother. I just got drawn to embrace life, and my mum gave me that, and this is like my colours. As a reminder to just let go and make the most of every moment. Oh, that's that's funny, because I got drawn to this on the last. Enjoy every moment. So yeah, there's a message from, I feel that is coming in from someone's mother in spirit, to enjoy every moment, embrace life. Or, if your mum's still alive, it's just coming through from the spirit world to, like, when you feel guided to take action with something, do it. You know what I mean? Because some of it is a twin flame journey, but some of it is your trauma that's holding you back. And what I'm saying is, if you're robust enough to take it, it'll really strengthen your character. Because this is why they keep getting me to say that every time I have taken a risk with anything in life, but definitely if it's anything to do with the twin flame journey, it's always helped my soul evolve, which helped his soul evolve. So it doesn't matter what happens next, basically. You let go of expectations, and yeah, right. But this is, remember I was asking about the trauma. So someone's trauma is they've got deep feelings for you, but they're scared to show you. So this is, I need a tarot deck. This is definitely the divine masculines that can be very King of Swords, very... I kind of have to describe mine to get the point across, don't I? Basically what I'm saying is, like, with mine, from what I can remember of how we were, if loads of people are around, which we would sometimes be together around lots of people, but it'd mainly be like a house party or something. It wouldn't even be that many people, and we're probably both just dying for them to leave so we could get on. Like, that was the sexual chemistry. That is the sexual chemistry, me and him. But time's up. But yeah, with loads of other people around there and that, he is the life and soul. Well, he always was the life and soul of the party, and gets on with loads of people. Got loads of friends. Again, this could have all changed because of the process we're both going through, and it will have. If it's not fucking currently or it's already happened, it will be. So it's one of the things. But what I'm saying is that it's not that that's not real, but it's not the whole truth, because it never is with anyone. And so this is what I mean. That guy that's kind of party, whatever, player energy, which he may not be in anymore, to be fair to him. It's... I'm sorry, I can't with this. That's just... I actually saw this in my third eye that was going to happen again. This happened in the last video, and it's like, why the hell are they just playing all the songs that I like? Crazy Love. I actually called the last fucking video. Oh my god. Anyway. But yeah, this is, and again, that is about somebody being mad about you. With all the little intimate kind of details. Like your sense of humour and everything. And my twin does love my sense of humour. That's about the only fucking thing I do know that he loves. Do you mean he did always used to laugh at me? I was always making him laugh in the morning. But that's scary to let somebody know that. But it's not that scary for other people, you know what I mean? So it's just, you'll know which one you are. Like I say, for me, there's lots of things that... But I was like that about him at one point, actually. I was. Because that's what I mean. I'm like, I'm trying to be kind of it, but it's like, he's got a moody side, because I have too, right? I've got Saturn and Scorpio. When I wake up in the morning, I'm not really... I need to come to a bit, you know what I mean? But he was always quite cheery, actually. But again, you see, that could have been a mask as well. Like, he could be a wee bit more true to form like me. Like, but he might not have wanted... He might have been people-pleasing, is what I'm saying. Probably would have been. But then other times he wouldn't really, that, like, he doesn't give a shit, and it's like... Anyway, it is hard to describe. It's just, the way you put your kind of... You don't want to show your cards until the other person does. But again, that's where sometimes I'm a good example for this, sometimes I'm not the best example, because hypothetically, providing he watches some of these or all of them, he knows how I feel. And again, that's because you think, because again, some people have said that to me, like, they're worried. It's like, you don't worry about time, right? Because time's an illusion. But providing with what I say about attachment styles, if somebody does need to really know that you're not going to do a runner, that this isn't just a passing phase and all that kind of stuff. Although, to be fair, I think the fact that I've loved him for 12 years and not moved on is, kind of proof enough. But yeah, like I said, it's weird. It's like, it's a personal thing, isn't it? Like, if you don't trust people, You need to really be sure. So, for instance, what I would do with mine is whenever he does want to just get to know me again and hang out, is just, yeah, I would just say to him, like, look, you know, we don't need to fucking go all in and fucking, you know, go at the speed of light then. Although I would quite happily fucking do that, to be perfectly honest. I think that's pretty obvious. But the reason I'd be happy to go slower is for him, if that's too overwhelming, because divine masculine energies are usually really want it, but scared. And then that's not everyone, but from what I've noticed, really want it, but quite scared of losing it. Heaven. See, look, if something feels like heaven, you don't want to lose it, do you? Right, tell us about what I was just saying about that. Yeah, look, it's like, you know, this is hope and healing, but it's like, this is the divine masculine energy looking at the light that is shining, guiding them home. This full moon's about home. Oh, the full moon. They look up to you, basically, because the star is also, this can also be like people like what I'm doing, like that are in the public eye, helping loads of people. Like, you're a bright light to them, basically, in the dark. But they just need to get to that point, or you do, if you know, of realising that you are a bright light in their life that got them through dark times, and you'll both be that to each other. But right now it's like, that keeps coming out in reverse, doesn't it? It's like, you know, this, oh, that's kind of like what I said about the money at the start. That would be like, you know, quids in, money coming in. Like, it doesn't always need to be money, but something good happening. But it's in reverse. It's like something working itself out, or like, again, it's the masculines that want to be in that good place to be able to give more. But what the message I'm getting, I'm just going to clarify it, I'm going to put that back to you, it comes out, is like, you're good enough now. That's what I'm getting. You're good enough now. Doesn't mean you can't work on yourself, but you're good enough to, oh my god, you're good, yeah, I knew it. You're good enough to make that offer. You're good enough to, you're worthy to be around, to, you and your twin, you want to be with each other. The ones that are at this, that are going to connect with this. But hesitant to start that new beginning. Hesitant to make that contact, to have to have it all. The Ten of Pentacles, the happy family, the money, the security, the kids, that wherever people want that. But not confused about, like, not juggling. So if people are, this is not yours, it's like, or this bit isn't, not juggling third parties, not confused about what they want, just not feeling ready for it. But then they counteract, look, then that's someone that is. So it can either be a timeline, or I'm now picking up on the ones that are like, I am ready. Just pulled the Three Pentacles in reverse again. That's like working towards that stability, but when it's in reverse, it's kind of needing alone time, not ready to work together yet. Two of Wands in reverse, that's planning. I feel this is Mercury retrograde energy, because it's planning, but it's in reverse. It's like, yeah, exhaustion, it is. Just meditating, healing, needing to go in, needing to, and that's kind of actually like what I said to Michelle, that card's reminding me of. It's like, and this energy is actually I might make that the thumbnail. That is the energy of this full moon. Just sleep. That's me today. After I finish, I'm surprised I've done this for this long. After I finish, I'm just curling up in a fucking ball, do you know what I mean? Watching another. I watched actually Karate Kid 2. It was really good. It's like 20 years older son, because it was Elizabeth. Oh god, I can't remember her surname, but the one that's in that New Year's film. Oh, that might be significant. Something about New Year, because yeah, I'm not going to pull another one from that deck, because I feel that's, I think, right. So what else do we need to know for whoever is connecting with this message? Held. Oh, that's beautiful. That's definitely this full moon as well. Sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, community. Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence, destiny, very fated time. Oh, inner winter, rest. Oh look, this is so this woman. Rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. Yeah, so again, this reminds me of when I always say, because I can't even see the people on it. There's just one woman. It's like, this could either be people secretly working on things before they come forward. Basically, it's like when someone becomes single but they don't want you to know because they're healing. Look, courage to change. Because some people may be like, oh great, they're single, and like totally hound them. But that's not how divine feminines, that's not how an empress would be, because they'd be like, no, try and force somebody into something, they'll run even further, So, but then what I'm saying is, what they've been saying to me lately is, you've got to not make the mistake of thinking that someone's going to have the courage to come to you when they do get it together. Because what I'm being told is, actually there's a lot of these masculines you actually have got. You might not be feeling the best right now, but you're always good enough, you're always worthy, and you can heal with your feminine, and that's what the secret beginning means as well. Like, it's not like, oh hey guys, we're together and blah blah blah, it doesn't need to be like that. You can do that if you want, but that's not the guidance I get for twin flames. It's like, keep it quiet. Release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding all change. Healing, oh wow, look at that, healing the mother line. That's what this full moon's about. Healing ancestral work, mother line, growing up. Your souls are growing up on this journey. Do it your way, embrace your uniqueness, untamed. Right, let's do a few of these and then I'm going to end this today. That felt really meaningful when I said I'm going to end this today, and it's at 111. That's new beginnings. So yeah, somebody is in that magician energy. So someone's feeling the full moon, whether that's you or your twin, the full moon in Cancer, and it's because this energy is very still and quiet. It might just be that you feel a shift in your twin's energy, or you see, like, physical proof of it, obviously, like a message or whatever's going on, right? And especially because I just got drawn to separation, right? But what they're saying is, it's like, this has already happened, which is obviously what we know, but it was receptive. Anyway, I'm going to put them round the right way so that you can see. It was receptive. Look, this is the honouring the feelings, because this is the full moon about feelings. Honour your loved one and you will notice your relationship become stronger. So that means honour people's need for space, but also honour the need for reassurance. Receptive, be ready, and then be ready to receive what fate has planned for you. You both need reassurance, is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter how secure someone's attachment style is, you both need reassurance. It's why I always say, like, I fucking need reassurance that mine is actually single, and not from others. So, like I always say, if anybody's fucking over an hour deep being a nosy C-word, don't want to hear from anybody but him. Right. Because I've found in the past, when people pass on information about him, it's always just people being a dick. Right, okay, so, right. What do we need to know when I end this today? Where is the feminine at in the physical? Challenges. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. That's I'm backing up what I said. Finances and careers in reverse. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So the feminine's finances might not be that great. Again, it is January. January doesn't need to mean anything, but I definitely resonate. Everything's paid and all that. I've got food in the fridge, but I need to get back to work. Not right away though. Give myself another week. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Love yourself right now. Let go of how everything happens. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. That really backs up what I said about not... Don't chase someone, but don't chase divine masculines because they need their space, but just be very open and aware of when they signal that they're ready to talk, because there's calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, visualization, everything that you've been putting out there, divine feminine, it's manifesting. So pay attention. It's kind of like, that's why all these songs, there's one of the reasons, I did say about, I knew there was going to be something personal for me too, but it's like, all the songs I used to listen to, like basically all those Michael Bublé ones, were like, we're talking over 10 years ago. I used to listen to all these songs. It's just funny that these are the ones that keep coming on. Return of the Mac. So again, this is Return of someone. Return of the Mac. Right, someone might be called Mark, I'm being drawn in, or Morrison, right, or Mac. So Mac might have some sort of relevance. Right, where's the masculine at? Oh, it's all adding up. Free yourself. We had freedom a minute ago, and no longer than that. It's time to take back control of your life. This is what I said to Michelle too, kind of, with the boundaries. And it's safe for you to love. Someone's ready to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. That's like the Six of Pentacles energy. Yep. You begin to feel your heart beat faster when you're close, but that's reminding me of anxiety as well. So go easy on them and retreat. I'm telling you, this is like some secret rendezvous. It's time to disconnect from the world together. For some passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Is this in the astral, or is this literally for people? Different situations for different people. Right, let's see. And we're going to end it with if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. And what they're telling me that's about, it's about whoever you are on this journey, divine feminine, divine masculine. You may be a divine feminine, but you have a moment of being in your divine masculine and being like, I need to do this. Or the other way around, a divine masculine just feels the call to take action, but the answer isn't in your mind, it's in your heart and what you want to do. So I feel like they showed me what used to happen to me back in the day with the full moon for a reason. Somebody's ready to express feelings. But just be mindful of what I said. Not everyone's going to do it in some big grand gesture. They'll do it in their own way. And that's how you should want someone to do it. Someone. I wondered why I was shuffling them. That's how you should want the divine feminine, the divine masculine to do it in their own way. Build the connection in their own way and come out of the distorted masculine. Love it. And that will bring you out of your distorted feminine. And then you can have the commitment when you're ready. Oh look, it's under the, yeah, someone's definitely taken their connection to a deeper level here. And it could be sexually. Right. And always, see you later. Like, comment, subscribe.